Currently we are at the RIFCO woodlot in Foster, Rhode Island, which is in the western part of the state, one of our more rural communities, rural parts of the state. The woodlot is a mixed hardwood woodlot, pretty typical of this part of the state.
And we here at RIFCO have managed this woodlot as a demonstration site with the assistance of the USDA-NRCS with a management plan that was recently updated.
We've been involved with RIFCO in various NRCS conservation programs for well on 15 years now, from the update of their management plan to the use of various conservation practices to improve the overall health and vigor of their property.
Going back far enough, this was all cleared farmland. Within the 3-acre habitat cut, there's one at each end. They're old pasture oaks. They're large oaks that were at one time providing shade for cows that may have been grazing through this land. And of course, once the cows were gone, the forest regenerated. At the time, there weren't the deer that we have now, so the oaks were able to establish themselves, so that here it is 2020 and we have a maturing stand of mixed hardwood trees. As part of our management plan to enhance bird habitat, so it's forestry with Rhode Island birds in mind, we established about 5 acres of forest stand improvement thinning, which is behind us here, a strip. And then in the very back, the 3-acre habitat cut, around which, a portion of which we are establishing a slash wall to limit the deer browse impacts within that slash wall. So the slash wall is basically just a curtain of the limbs and treetops, which is what we refer to as logging slash, in a perimeter form surrounding a clearing, and it's typically at least 10 feet wide and 5 or 6 feet tall, and the deer won't jump into it, jump over it, and get into your clearing. It could be used in place of 8-foot tall deer fencing, which is rather expensive to install. So we're hoping that the slash wall practice will be an affordable way of using the material on site to limit the browse of oak and maple in these habitat clearings. The slash wall is built using the logging equipment that the logging contractor will bring onto site, whether it's a grapple skidder to pull the trees and the tree tops and the slash up to a machine that will then grab the slash and stack it into this long ribbon of a slash wall.
Using the grapple skidder, single arch grapple skidder, to pull the stems, which are scattered all over the place, to the dangle head processor. It's a track machine with a processing head that actually will fell, delimb, measure, cut to length.
We will have an opening at one end where people can get in to see how things are going for future management, to maybe cull out a deer that managed to get in there and now can't get out. That's a possibility. So we've left, in the 3-acre habitat clearing, we've left a scattering of oaks and hickories and for seed sources. And this site will revegetate. This slash wall only has to last for a few years until the regeneration, the stump sprouts and saplings get above a certain height that the deer can't chew the tops down. And so after several years, this slash wall will slowly decompose to a point where it'll just be a bunch of rotting sticks rotting into the ground. Hopefully this will help limit that deer browse damage in the future. and allow the trees, saplings, and shrubs, the native ones, to fully occupy the site to provide that shrub habitat for a certain number of years, which will eventually develop into the new forest down the road.